don't feel sorry for me. Pretty girls are gonna be the death of me. Pretty girls are like shots of whiskey. First one is like how you missed me. Second shot you start to ask yourself, should I slow down? Third shot you moved on from caution. Lost count, quitting's not an option. 2 kids later you wake up and you're a health risk now. Say your sympathy, don't feel sorry for me. Pretty girls are gonna be the death of me. I can't dream a better end that I could meet. Pretty girls are gonna be the death of me. Pretty girls are like cigarettes. They're a taste you're soon not to forget, and their effect lingers long after they've run out. Crave another when you've been drinking. The more you drink, the more that you start thinking, wouldn't it be nice to find a pack right now? Save your sympathy, don't feel sorry for me. Pretty girls are gonna be the death of me. I can't dream a better end that I.
What's up, everybody? You are live with Jonathan Manus, aka the One Leg Bandit, and tonight I bring to you Gabe Schillman, King Gabe, talking about his new token launch, King, and just so much news that you're going to get directly from Gabe, his inspiration, what he wants this to turn into, how he sees it going, and what nobody knows everything right off the get-go, but one thing's for sure, if you got a plan and you start working, you can hit those goals, baby. But I first just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. And of course, Gabe King is on PINKSALE as of right now. Still 6 days to go. Come on in and join us. We'll go over that as we move forward. But with no further ado, I want to go ahead and bring up my main man, King Gabe. What's up, King Gabe?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Doing good, man. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. And look, we've been through it. Here we are. We had the plans over a year coming together, and here it is. You're on PINKSALE, ready to rock and roll, tokenize your self-tokenized music, and bring it to life. How are you seeing all this, Gabe?
Oh man, it's a lot of fun, and it's been a long time coming. As you say, we've had these conversations over and over and over again for at least a year. So to see it come to fruition, to finally, settle on a method that we know is going to work well for our holders, to finally see that come to fruition is kind of, I don't know, it's relieving. Honestly, it was a little anticlimactic the other night though, like when it launched. I thought we were going to be popping champagne and stuff like that. We all just sat back and it was like a sigh of relief because it had been such a long time coming. But oh man, we were so happy.
Absolutely. And everybody, if you don't know this, let's go on and lay it all out there. This, of course, is in no way like a pump type token, like right out the gate. This is to show the real world utility behind an artist. And when I say artist, King Gabe is an artist. Look at his artwork behind him. He's wrote novels. He's in all the Barnes and Nobles, anywhere you want to be on, and also on Amazon. And he's been a musician for 25 years. He knows everyone. And there's a power to being in front of people and being able to bring them into your token. Do you feel the same way, Gabe?
Yeah, man, absolutely. To be able to tie in, all of the different things that I've done, just to keep myself alive as an artist, like as you mentioned, writing books. I'm a full-time touring songwriter. I'm doing upwards of 200 shows a year. And then, in my downtime, I've got a travel art studio that I bring along everywhere with me. And I'm doing portrait commissions, oil on canvas, for amazing customers all over the world. I'm just shipping one to Ireland, and I've been very fortunate with my portraiture. So I'm like you, brother. I don't like to sit still. I want to keep moving. I want to keep doing the thing that I'm passionate about. But we finally found a way, to tokenize all of that and give our holders and supporters an opportunity to grow with me. So I'm just so proud of what we've done. It's amazing.
Well, let's tell everybody a little bit about it. First and foremost, your idea, you wanted a deflationary token, okay? You get out here, you hit the road 25 nights a month, and of course, you're growing with your merch and your gates and things that matter, but you wanted to have a token that started at not so big of a number where all the zeros, real live money here, and deflationary. So we started at 10 million tokens. And what's your idea, Gabe? How do you want to play this?
So I wanted, I wanted a limited supply for sure. And I wanted to tie my real life earnings, my real life income into the token, So what I'm doing out on the road is I'm playing gigs. I'm getting paid for either ticket sales or a gig rate. As you said, I've got a merchandise table. I've got a very, very impressive merch table with hats, shirts, prints of my paintings, and all, mugs, all kinds of stuff. It's an incredible merch table. And then on top of that, my commissioned portraiture, I'm being hired all of the time to do different portraits, from memorial portraits, especially memorial portraits, pet portraits, corporate portraits, things like that. So you'd be surprised how many that I've done. I've done over 1,000 commissioned portraits since I started painting about 7 years ago. So I've been very fortunate with my paintings, but all of that generates an income for me. And for every dollar that I make, for every time I go out and make money, there's going to be buy and burn. A percentage of every dollar that I make is going to be contributed to a buy and burn of the King token. So in that way, I can bring my holders along with me. We can reduce the supply of the token and raise the inherent value, and also insert liquidity into the project. So it's a win-win all around. And as long as I'm working, then the token is going to be working for our holders. And then on top of that, it incentivizes me to do better, to go after more opportunity, to try harder, to ask for more, all of those things that are kind of hard for an artist to maintain. So it incentivizes me to do much better than I am doing, because obviously I want to please my investors. And on top of incentivizing me, it also holds me accountable to my investors. If I start slacking off and those buy and burns aren't happening, which means I'm not making money, well then they have complete control over me. They can crack the whip on me by dipping the token. So it's a win-win all around. I'm accountable to my holders and incentivized to do well for them, which obviously is just going to help me overall in my real life career.
Well, Gabe, I want to talk about something bigger than that, okay? And that was a very personal self answer that you gave everybody. But let's talk about the bigger picture here. What we're doing, and it's both mine and your vision together on this, is we're giving artists a way to not have to worry about the big dogs coming in and owning you, making 90% of what you make. We're giving the artists the chance to grow themselves completely. So when your music speaks to me, you hold up in your live concert, hey, join me on Telegram, buy King token, and roll with me every single night of the year. That is going to, just like you said, it's going to give you that power, because you're going to see how you're touching your crowd and how you're growing. And Gabe, you've been doing this for 25 years. You know every owner of every spot, and you've got a label coming where you can help other artists grow. Please talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So phase 2 of this, as the concept is proven, and I've got 25 years of touring experience, all over this country. I've got over 50 venues now that I service just right now, just in constant loop, 50 venues from Virginia to Iowa, down into the South and up into the Midwest, some more. So, I service a lot of venues just as it is, but I have even more in my contact list that I've played in the past and stuff. On top of that, we've been going through all of the headaches and trial and error of different merchandise companies, producers, manufacturers of different merch items and stuff. And we've finally settled on, the right people where we can get it done at a very good quality, for a great price. And on top of that, I've gone through the recording process so many times that I've established relationships with some of the top producers in the world. Right now, I'm working with Ted Perlman. He's a Grammy Award winning producer and artist. He's, produced Bob Dylan, Mariah Carey, Burt Bacharach. I mean, all of, like, you name it, he's worked with them. Ringo Starr. And he's actually the guitar player in my band, the Heartland Band. But he's my producer as well, a great friend. And I've got multiple other producers, from Dave Elwert, to a few other notables that, I've developed relationships with that, if I say this artist, is worth your time, we can get him into the studio. So, and not only that, but travel and lodging is always difficult for other artists. So what I want to do is take my experience and carefully select very driven, very passionate, musicians that want to make a living. I want to give them the roadmap to do that, because I know how to do that. I know how to make a living. I'm proving it right now. And I've got all the resources to help get them out there, even including sound equipment and stuff. So I want to start a little bit of a label with this King token and bring on other artists, that have proven themselves passionate and diligent and want it. And I want to help them. I want to use, what I do to help them. And, we want to reward them with King token, but we also want to reward our holders by implementing the same process that, is being used with me as an artist. And for every dollar that artist makes, there's a corresponding buy and burn of the King token. So, we want to raise the inherent value for our investors as they, invest in these young artists that, want to get out there and make it. So I want to help them.
Well, Gabe, nothing hits the soul better than good music, baby. It doesn't. You know it. When you hear a song and it taps into that heart, I'm telling you, people want to get involved. Look at the music industry right now. All the literally hundreds of millions of dollars that Taylor Swift fans spend on her merch and things of that matter. Now, I know that's a different, a different thing here, but what I can tell you is it definitely is a part of people's lives. I have Dr. Feelgood tattooed on my chest. Let me tell you, baby, when you like the music, when it hits your spirit, it's a part of you. And Dr. Feelgood, Motley Crue, it's part of me, baby. I love them. So basically what we're telling you, everybody, is right now, this is the beginning. And we're going to push it, and we're going to get out here. And this will change the music industry. I'm telling you, I just know that it will. And you can come on and ride from the fair launch level, or you can catch up a little bit later. But either way, baby, this is something sweet, and we love each other. That's what it's all about. Now, King Gabe, we was going to hold this information back, but I want you to tell everybody that's thinking about, why should I invest in the PINKSALE right now and get involved early? Let them know the new thing that you're working on that's going to go ahead and add more instant liquidity, and tell them, the whole vision, how you saw it, how you envision this, and let them know how it's going to help your token, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So this is kind of an exciting way for me to get to know the community, especially, and the people. So I'll get to interact with you guys personally. But in my road experience and being out here on tour, there's a very popular thing that happens in the Midwest at all of the bars, and they usually use it as a fundraiser, for a local charity. Now I'm talking about towns with like 300 to 400 population in rural Midwest. Not a lot of people, but this is an incredible way for the community to come together. And they play a game called Queen of Hearts, and it's a very simple game. Basically, there's 52 cards on a board, all face down, and they're all numbered 1 through 52. And you buy a raffle ticket, and they put it in a tumbler, and once a week they get together for the drawing, and they'll pull a raffle ticket out. And if it's yours, then you get to pick which card flips over. And if you hit the Queen of Hearts, then you get the pot. Well, if you don't get the Queen of Hearts, then that card stays flipped over, but the pot rolls over to the next week, and there's a whole nother, series of raffles done until somebody wins it. And man, the one in Pearl City, Illinois, Little John's got up to $240,000. The pot did, in a little town of maybe 350 people. So and the whole town shows up when they do the drawings, because you got to be present to win. So it's just a huge community event. And I loved it so much. I actually got invited in to play at one of these drawings, just as like side entertainment. That's how big it was. I mean, it was awesome. So I thought, man, what an amazing way for me to get to know the community, and also, reward the community. You know what I mean? Everybody gets a chance to win big. But we're gonna implement this. We're gonna call it the King of Hearts, though. And it's going to be the same rules, and every week we'll do a drawing, and it's still in development, so we're not, we don't have all of the details out as far as the process, but we're going to try to make it as easy as possible for the community to participate in this. And then at least 60% of the pot will go to the winner if they hit the King of Hearts, and then the other 40% is going to be split up between doing buy and burns of both PREME and King tokens. So, we're going to inject more liquidity into, these two amazing tokens that are changing the game, man. Both of them are just going to be game changers. It's going to be so much fun. And that's just one more way that we're going to, inject some liquidity and reduce the supply a little bit and raise the inherent value.
It's beautiful. I'm telling you, everybody loves these games, and you're right, Gabe. It's community. And why am I excited as PREME and being able to help you launch this token, and we help launch PTC and more is to come? Here's why. Okay, my little brain thinks one way, but King Gabe's brain thinks another way. Patriots Coin thinks another way. You got to let people grow, baby. We launch the token, they grow the token. That's what it's about. We work together, we lift each other up. And I've mentioned this, everybody's seen and heard this all the time. We are not greedy here at PREME. We are about working together and lifting each other up, because we are all at the beginning of a gold rush. Gabe, I know you feel it. I know you get the little spidey senses when you know that you're about to get on tour and promote your token, and it's another stream of revenue. So go ahead. What's your thought right there?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I actually played 2 shows over the weekend, as we were getting ready to launch, and the day of, and even onboarded a few people just talking about it from the microphone. So I have a captive audience at least 2 or 3 times a week, people that are interested in my career. You know what I mean? They're fascinated, and a lot of times they want to know how they can contribute beyond just buying a hat or something. So it's a very easy conversation for me to have, telling somebody about a micro investment in an artist, and there's the way it's developed and the way it's set up, there's a chance for them to rise and grow with me. It's I think it's a very easy conversation for me to have. I actually look forward to it.
It's a beautiful conversation, Gabe. I am so proud of you, man. I watch you from a distance here, but we always talk, and you're always moving, man. You're always shaking. You're always grinding. That's what it takes for success. Look, it's easy as hell to quit, isn't it, Gabe? But it is difficult to push forward. But the quitters will always quit before the other people push forward. What I'm basically saying is, if you keep grinding, you're going to get to your goal. Now, listen, I want to transition right here. You're sitting on about 2 full albums of what you would call your top beautiful material, and that's going to be coming out as all this goes together. And I always say, King, it's your time. I feel it's your time. Please talk a little bit about the new music.
Yeah, so for the last year and a half, I've been going down to Nashville about once a month, if not, maybe every other month, but on average about once a month, I would say. And we've been working on an album with Ted Perlman. I highly recommend Googling Ted Perlman, Perlman. He's won Grammys. He's one of the absolute best in the world. And him and I have been working on an album. It started about a year and a half ago. We started recording a song that I got hired to do for the Eagles of the World Foundation, which is the eagle conservation organization, and they wanted me to record Fly Like an Eagle. So I was like, yeah, man, that sounds like fun. So they actually paired me up with Ted Perlman. That's how I met him. Once we recorded that, Ted said, oh my gosh, Gabe, we need to do an album. Since then, it's just been one thing after another, and we've got about 2 albums worth of music recorded now. That's not including a lot of my acoustic albums that I've recorded with other producers and stuff. So I've enjoyed working with Ted. One of the other songs that we recorded was Knocking on Heaven's Door, because Ted had produced 4 or 5 albums for Bob Dylan and played guitar for him for years out on the road. Ted suggested that we do a Bob Dylan song, and being that close to Bob Dylan was just incredible. I actually got to use the original studio notes that Bob used when he first recorded the song, and there's many verses on there that Bob didn't use, and I was able to take those verses and incorporate them into my version. So we're getting ready to release that. So Fly Like an Eagle and Knocking on Heaven's Door will both be released later this year. But on top of that, we've got several albums that we're going to be dropping probably over the next year and a half, over the next 18 months, I would say. We'll drop single, and album, and then promote, more singles on the album. And so it'll probably be about, over the next year and a half, it'll just be a consistent drop of music. And I'm very excited about that. Some of these are my absolute best songs, and we've been touring on them, with the United States of Mind tour. So if you've come out to any of the big shows, I have, you've probably heard a lot of the new songs. So I'm very excited about it.
And we've got a little bit more news. We have been in conversation. We're going to do this. We just got to find the date. We'll promote it. But we're going to do a Rock the Mic live. So King Gabe will, of course, be the headliner of that. But we're going to do a Rock the Mic live where whatever money we raise will, of course, go into liquidity for King Gabe and for PREME Token. We're definitely working together here. The part of the alliance, he's with us and we're with him, and we're going to support him very much. So I'm excited about that. And, we're going to get a film crew out there, and you can bring all your people. I see Andrew Prater. He's here tonight. But all of your crew, man, we're going to bring them down kind of like they do for Sheba Fest, but we'll do it in a different facility and rock that thing, baby.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to it. King, PREME has made all of this possible, and King is only going to, make it so supporters and holders can be more inclusive in my career and get to know me a little bit more and see what I'm all about. I'm very excited for that. It's an amazing arrangement.
I completely agree. Now, everybody, I want you to think about this. Look, I'm going to share this again. I need y'all all to take a look at this. Fair launch is going now, okay? The links are down below. All you got to do is scroll down a little bit. You'll see the link. It'll take you to the fair launch. Come in here and get in here early with us, okay? Because both me and King Gabe, we don't think small, okay? We're always thinking big. Now, look, right now, we're just getting going, but we're thinking about how we can really deflationary this token, how we can burn it down, how we can get big venues, a big 4 or 5 big nights a year that we're really pumping here. And Gabe knows everybody. All right. So what I'm telling you is this is an opportunity. This is what you look for in crypto and with Web3. These are opportunities. And that's what I always talk about. Also, one more thing we need to talk about, Gabe. You're coming in at the sweetest time ever. The ETF for Ethereum is tomorrow. Okay. Most people think, it'll be an instant spike. That's not how it works. The ETF starts, and then all the big dogs, all the people sitting at home smoking the cigars that don't want to trade crypto on their own, but they want to call their broker, they'll put in the buys, and then the next week, the brokers will start buying the ETF, and there'll be a massive supply shock on Ethereum. But what I'm saying is, you're an Ethereum-based token. You're definitely going to grow with Ethereum here, and that's what I wanted to let you know all along. We're going to roll with Ethereum, baby, and I'm telling you, that's where business is done. What do you think about that, Gabe?
Yeah, and that's why the foresight there is we decided to build on Ethereum for that reason. It's it's reliable and its future is very bright. And if you're going to tether to anything, you might as well tether to a rocket. So I'm very excited. how, how we've thought about this and planned this out, and it's come together meticulously, throughout all the audits, and the communication has been absolutely perfect. And working with you is always, it's always seamless. You're just such a positive, upbeat, we got this, dream big kind of guy. And I love that. I encourage anybody that wants to take control of their career, to consider this process, and tokenizing your career and giving your followers and your fans and supporters and investors an opportunity to come along with you, but you remain in control of your career. The decisions that you make are going to directly affect your holders, obviously, you know what I mean, as far as that, but it's going to motivate you to always be seeking higher, always be trying harder, and making sure that your investors are happy. And the way that you do that is to do well with your career. So I think it's an amazing opportunity. I love how we've structured this, and I can't wait for the future. What I love about it, Jonathan, not to knock on NFT collections or anything, because obviously they've worked for a lot of people. But they're always trying to make it interesting or whatever, with rarity traits, or with utility. And a lot of the times that utility is over promised. A lot of that rarity trait stuff is just, it's just a game. And it's not really inherent value, it's just applied value. And with King token, it keeps it very, very simple. And I love that. I love keeping it simple for our supporters and holders.
I agree completely. Now I'm going to keep it simple for y'all. If you buy $200 in this fair launch tonight, in the next 24 hours, I'll send you a free Tangent wallet in the USA to store it in. We're going to get Gabe on Swap and Go, and we'll definitely get it with Tangent as soon as we continue to move along here, everybody. So this token will continue to grow, but I would love to offer that bonus right there. I'm going to do everything I can this Preme to lift Gabe up. So we're going to do this thing. So I want to tell everybody one last thing that you might not know, okay? And it really needs to set in here. In the next 2 years of your life, I would say about 40 or 50% of the businesses will be moving from Web 2 to Web 3. All right, we're ahead of the curve. We're talking about it early. People are like, what the hell are you talking about, Bandit and Preme? But I've already seen the outpour of people that's coming to us to do this. People want to get their money out of the bank and take control of their own self. Even if it's only 10% of your business, if you put it in the blockchain, it's another way to grow. So we want to invite you all, any artist that wants to grow yourself, any business, anybody that needs assistance in, DApps, tokenization, crowdfunding, whatever you might need, we are the solution for you. And Gabe, I just want to say, thank you very much. Do you have any final words tonight to invite people over to come on in and be a part of this PINKSALE?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we're establishing a community from the ground up. This is very organic, and it's very personal. I'm obviously very doxed. You know what I mean? Anybody and everybody is going to know who I am, what I'm doing at all times. And so you're following a real life person. I'm not walking around with a mask and a hood and stuff and hiding my identity. This is what you see is exactly what you get. And I'm the hardest working artist out there, man. I've got more go than anybody I know. So I'm very excited to be, motivated to get this going. I'm very excited about the buy and burns, because every time I buy and burn, that means I'm making money in real life as well. And so to be incentivized like this is very exciting for me. And I would imagine, being a holder and being able to go along on this ride. And obviously down the road, there's going to be special perks as far as like VIP meet and greets and stuff with holders, and, different opportunities that are exclusive to, the community. So, there's going to be a lot of additional, you could say, utility on this later on. Not just with the King of Hearts game that we're going to implement very soon, but it's going to be a fun ride, and it's going to be unlike anything else. I think a few NFTs collections get to, something similar like this, but it's not going to be anything like this. This is going to be a very clean cut, very smooth ride with me, and I'm excited for you to come along.
Well, everybody, we love you. That is King Gabe in the flesh and blood. Everybody wanted to see him, understand what we're doing. Here it is. We're going to share this out to the world. Gabe, thank you so much for your time tonight. We'll continue to rock, baby. Have a good night.
All right. Love you, brother.
Love you, bud. Everybody, that was King Gabe. Look, you know what we're doing here at Preme. You can see it every day. Hard work. Blue chip bull run coming. ETF tomorrow. Get ready. Get involved. I love you all. Good night, everybody. The One Leg Bandit and King Gabe is out.